seriously and honestly from my heart. I don't leave that often, right? But Clark, you, when I think of all of us, all our colleagues and all of us that work together, I don't know anyone else that, like Clark, has such a passion and a love for the poor and for those around us that are in need. And God calls us to care for the poor and brokenhearted. And I see that in you, Clark. I see that in everything you do. So not just in the care you deliver, but I see it in the incubators that you're trying to make for, you know, very affordable price is to care for the preemies who have no one else to care for. And I see that when you're teaching interns, you desire them to learn things and learn it in an excellent way so they can care for others and grow up here. And I see that. I really appreciate that. It's always reminded me of what we all should do. We all should never lose a heart for the poor and the brokenhearted and those that are in great need. So I just want to thank you, Clark, for doing that on a consistent basis. And when you do that, it also, there's times of frustration and failure because you may not be able to care for those that are poor and brokenhearted like you want to. But I see that in your heart. And I know we're
games. And I don't know if you guys know this, but he's made up several games while he's been here at Tenwick. I've never actually played them myself, but he had, I think it was Nate he called down to help him try to make this game. The other thing about Clark I think of is he's a fix-it kind of guy. And I call him the medical mad scientist because he would come down from the hospital and run into my house. He's like, I've got a new idea. What do you think about this? I'm like, go for it, Clark. And so like spacers, we had a whole spacer thing going on at my house where we would save, you know, and it has been an honor and a privilege to watch her share the gospel and share Bible stories on the Peds board, out in the community, and to inspire each one of us not to give up and to keep learning. And even though Val is brilliant, and so is Clark, she always made it in a simple way. That's why I brought Simplified Swahili. She made it much more simple than Simplified Swahili. And I would go to her class, and a bunch of you guys were in the class together, even the adults. I had Emily in there, and John was in there, and there was a bunch of us, and Helen and Hugh, and we were all learning, and it was right on our level. I mean, at least my level. And so I really appreciate all you poured in to those classes, and it's amazing. You could take the littlest kid to the adult, and we were all learning. And
Swahili.
in Swahili.
Compassion.
Dad jokes. Dad or bad?
Both.
Minute. Authentic. Waliru.
Creative geniuses.
3D printer.
Dedicated.
MacGyver.
Understanding. Prayer warrior. Intentional.
Smart.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you.
Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. Just like the precious oil upon the head, coming down upon the beard,